Mary Helen Dara, Taylor Automotive Family Women in the Driver's Seat. And I have the pleasure of being with fellow ambassador Victoria Kimmel. And who's in the driver's seat today?
Oh, thank you. We're here in Lima and we're speaking with Marybeth Torsell with the Alzheimer's Association. And we are so excited to hear what she has to say about being a woman in the driver's seat with an organization like the Alzheimer's Association.
All right, let's get inside.
Let's go. Marybeth, thanks so much for being with us today. Tell us a bit about your journey that led you to your role as program manager with the Alzheimer's Association.
It's actually not a super long journey, but I worked for a cancer organization for a very, very long time. And during that time, my grandma was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. You know, watching her struggle, and not just her struggle, but my parents as well, because she moved in with them. And just, I didn't live by them. They live in Cleveland, but I would hear my dad, talk about what happened during the day and just talk about how difficult it was for her not to know who he was. And then about 2 years ago, this job came open, and it just kind of seemed like, I felt like I had done all I could for 12 years for the other place, that this was just my sign to take this role. And I'm so glad that I did.
That's powerful. And I'm sure you're helping so many people, and I can relate to that journey. So thank you for that.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about what your role entails?
Sure. So I am a program manager, and that means that I bring programs and services that the association offers to the community. We do care consultations where we meet with family members that are caring for somebody with the disease. So a lot of times, we'll get if their siblings, we'll come all together on one page and kind of talk about what the disease, what to expect as it progresses, and, go over maybe if they're having difficult behaviors, how to help, through some of those. They're called care consultations. So I do those. And then we also have education programs that we bring to the community on various topics, all relating to, Alzheimer's and dementia. And then I recruit volunteers, which is one of my favorite roles too, because in my old role, that's what I did, was recruit volunteers. And I absolutely love working with volunteers. So that's a big part of my job too.
Can you tell me more about the volunteers? Like, what do you recruit volunteers for?
Several different things. One, we have our Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is our biggest fundraiser. So we always are looking for committee members and just volunteers to help day of the event and to raise money. And then I personally use volunteers in my program. So we use volunteer educators who actually go through our training, and then they go and do the programs. So they'll facilitate the education program. We also have caregiver support groups. So we'll have volunteers lead a support group of family members that are going through the disease journey. And we also have advocacy positions where we go, we lobby at the State House for different policies regarding Alzheimer's. So there's actually quite a lot you can do.
I love that. You're kind of multiplying yourself and the impact that you can have.
Exactly, because I cover 10 counties, and while I would love to be everywhere at once, I can't. So if we have volunteers in all of those counties, they can disseminate our knowledge to so many more people.
I love that. What are a few of the most challenging and rewarding aspects of what you do?
I would say the rewarding is, just knowing that I'm helping even just one family member get through this. I mean, it is so tough. So, because sometimes they'll call and they'll just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy." And I just listen. I feel like I don't even do anything, but I just listen. And then I say, it's okay. What you're feeling is normal. You'll get through this. That's a very rewarding part. One of the challenging parts is also the same thing when I can't help somebody, because sometimes there are just things that, I can't find a resource for them, or I can't offer them, a particular idea to help with something. And that's when it's hard, because I want to help everybody. That's why I do what I do. And if I can't, those are rough. Those are rough.
I'm sure you help so many. What advice would you offer to young women and young men alike who want to get behind the wheel of an organization like the Alzheimer's organization?
Go for it. You have to be a compassionate person, though. You have to be, you're not going to get rich in this organization, that's for sure, but you do get to help a lot of people, and that in and of itself is far more valuable. So just be a caring, passionate person, willing to help people. It's not always an 9-to-5 job either. There's weekends and nights that I'm helping people. So just be willing to do that, to help.
I love that. What's one piece of advice you could give to women who dare to get behind the wheel of a large nonprofit like the Alzheimer's Association?
Be yourself, be strong, and don't back down, because sometimes the challenges, not so much challenges as if like, getting into the organization. It's just the challenges of the day-to-day, dealing with people and taking on people's problems. So you have to kind of decompartmentalize sometimes. So I would say be able to, be true to yourself and to help people, but also try to separate it a little bit so that you can still, give something to your family. And I think as women specifically, we tend to, try to take everything on all at once. Mm-hmm. And so being able to leave something for somebody else is sometimes challenging in this role.
Wonderful. Thanks, Marybeth, for sharing your leadership journey with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marybeth Torsell, for being with us today from the Alzheimer's Association. We really learned a lot from you.
And let's head down the road to our next Women in the Driver's Seat. Thank you, Victoria, for bringing us another amazing lady leader of Lima.